Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on topic dynamics. Last time we talked about the non-uniform motion. This time we're going to talk about inclined planes. So this is a continuation of Newton's laws of motion. We need to know how to apply the Newton's laws of motion, specifically the sum of forces, resultant force equals to ma in the inclined plane cases. So, for example, uh, even before doing anything else, the first step is going to be resolving this mg force, which is the weight, and you know that this is acting straight downward. We need to resolve this mg. So, the step one is going to be resolve weight in components parallel and normal to inclined plane. So it's not a necessity that we have to resolve the forces in X and Y all the time. We can do this uh, in the direction of motion also. So the direction of motion is along the inclined plane. So we need to resolve the forces along the inclined plane and normal to the inclined plane. That means we need to figure out one important aspect, which is this theta. Sorry, let's call it some other angle. um, let's call it alpha. We need to know how this is related to this. So, uh, those of you who have studied IGCSE mathematics, you can see that this entire thing, this angle is 90 degrees. So basically, this is, if I redraw this separately, this is 90 degrees completely. And if I make this is our theta, and this mg thing is going straight down like this. So it's all a matter of uh, proving similarity now. Now this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees. So in this triangle, let's call it A, B, C, D. So ABD over here is 90 minus theta. So what this means now is that if this is 90 minus theta, this one would be theta simply because the full angle is 90 degrees. So nothing more left over here. So that's it. Simple. So this means that this angle is also theta. So when we resolve mg this way, so this is going to be mg cos of theta and mg sine of theta. Now, since this is resting or at least on the inclined plane, you will have a normal contact force or normal reaction force. Again, that would be perpendicular to the inclined plane. So I think this is slightly needs to be adjusted this way. Okay, right. So, right, okay. Now, whether or not there is a force taking it up the plane or not, that is a different question. But uh, we have to consider the normal reaction force also. So let's say, for example, consider and draw normal reaction force. Okay, now one thing you need to notice that most of the times we will not have any motion perpendicular to the inclined plane. So if no motion perpendicular to inclined plane, then what will happen when you do the sum of forces? Sum of forces is equal to MA. So this would be R minus mg cos of theta equals to 0, which would mean that your normal reaction force is R equals to mg cos of theta. Similarly, now look at the motion parallel to inclined plane. Motion parallel to inclined plane. Now there is going to be a different thing. So when you have, let's say without friction first, there is no friction or applied forces. So in that case, you have sum of forces is equal to MA. Now there's only one force in this direction. And for the time being, for this case, you can say that this is the direction of positive displacement. In, like, for example, obviously usually we will take positive direction to be upwards, but for the time being, you can say it this way. But just to understand what is actually going on. So this would be mg sine theta equals to ma. So m cancelled. You will see that a is g sine theta. So acceleration that will be causing um, the object to go down in the absence of any friction or any applied force would be g sine theta, which means that once you have acceleration, you can use it to find any quantity in the SUBOT. You can find out displacement, you can find out velocities, you can find out time for a particular displacement. Next, if you have without friction but an applied force, So if you have an applied force, again, parallel to the motion, parallel to the inclined plane, let's call it F. And this time, let's say it is accelerating in this direction. So what will happen? We will do the same thing as before. So this would be sum of forces equals to MA, and this would be F minus mg sine theta equals to MA. So F is equal to mg sine theta plus MA. Now, one thing, if you notice over here about the sine theta part over here, and that probably you can see from this case also, that with this angle, due to the sine theta component, your acceleration or this force has been reduced. So for example, you have mass 10 kgs and theta is 30 degrees. So g sine theta or mg sine theta would become 10, 9.81 times by sine of 30. So this would be, let's call it g for a while. So sine of 30 is 1 over 2, so this would be 5g simply. So this means that to accelerate upwards, you need a force greater than 5g. So let's say force is 7g. So your sum of forces would become 7g minus 5g equals to ma. This would mean that you have reduced the effort because of this. So 2g is equal to m is 10, so 10a. So a is 2g over 10, which is g over 5. Now, contrast this with if theta was 90 degrees. That means vertical. So see what happens. So mg sine theta would have been just simply equal to mg sine 90. Sine 90 is 1, so that would have been mg, so 10 times by 10g. So in that case, 7g would have been insufficient. So 7g minus 10g would have been minus 3g. So it would have actually gone downwards. So the angle over here reduces your effort. So that's why it's easier to, uh, take heavier items or push heavier items on an inclined plane rather than lift them vertically. Now, what if we add a friction component over here? So with friction and applied force. So there will be only one component added in this. So sum of forces equals to MA. This would be applied force F minus mg sine of theta minus the resistive force, friction force, and equals to MA. Now, it depends on question to question what information you have, but more or less, this would be the case. Now, when we go into the work energy power topic, we will come back to this inclined plane because often we will get questions on change in potential energy, kinetic energy, and so on. All right, so hopefully we will see each other again in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care. Bye bye.